The sheriff of a North Georgia county and a city police officer threatened to arrest each other.
It's an extraordinary recording. Two cops, one the elected sheriff himself, the other the Hiawassee police officer, exchanging profanities.
Everybody, and welcome aboard. I'm RJ Smith, and this is Crazy News Reacts. Today, I've got something really funny. It's about a sheriff from one jurisdiction and a police officer from another, almost coming to blows on the side of a road over ticket.
Inside the city or out here?
Just right here.
Okay.
Go pull the video at Valero. You get on my traffic stop again, I will arrest you.
Let me set this up for you guys. So we have a sheriff, the bald guy here, who is upset over ongoing issue with the local police department. Now, for those of you who don't know, police department has an area that they can patrol, pull people over in, whatever they want to do. But once they enter another county, they have to notify that county that they are coming into that jurisdiction and a reason why. Problem the sheriff has had is that these guys just chase people into his jurisdiction all the time, make tickets, make arrests when they aren't supposed to be there. So that's what's going on. Let's check out this host of comedy.
I'll arrest you right now.
Do it, buddy.
And we're going to
do it.
Charges against your ignorance.
Do it, Ode.
Go for it.
Do it. There's cameras at Valero, and there's cameras at Napa that sees me pulled out.
Shut your mouth.
You don't talk to me like that. I'm not your boy.
Talk to you, boy. You a boy.
Fuckboy. Those of you who don't know, fuckboy is a prison slang, and these cops obviously pick it up from people they come into contact with. Fuckboy is like a pussy, an asshole, a dickhead, but really a pussy. And the sheriff is not pulling his words.
The clash occurred last week amid a jurisdiction dispute where the Towns County Sheriff accused Hiawassee officers of making stops and pursuing suspects outside the city limits.
Inside the city or out here?
Just right here.
Reporter right here tells us that district attorney is involved looking at this argument for some type of criminal activity. This is simply a sheriff protecting his jurisdiction, as far as I see it. You guys know I don't side with cops, very rarely, but this one I have to side with the sheriff because as a citizen, I have been chased into other jurisdictions and those cases were thrown out. Now we're talking years and years ago. It might have changed by now, but when it comes to jurisdiction, the sheriff is right and the police officer who is screaming back at the sheriff is wrong.
There's no word on any consequences for the police officer, but the sheriff can't be disciplined or fired except by the voters because he's an elected official who answers only to the voters.
It takes a lot to take down a sheriff. You would need, in Florida, it would be the FDLE, Florida Department of Law Enforcement, who would go after these guys. There's nothing to go after the sheriff about. Cop has been found wrong in this issue.
Shut your mouth.
Both show Towns County Sheriff Ken Henderson, but this video wasn't caught on police body cam. It was recorded by this man, Joshua Kramer.
And come up to us extremely rageful, very angry.
This is a separate stop initiated by the elected sheriff, and really his temperament towards the citizen is out of control until he sees the camera. So maybe the sheriff is over-aggressive. An investigation would certainly find that out.
Family was on their way to church in May when a black SUV tried to get into their lane.
And I had to slam on my brakes, so I threw my hands up. I didn't know it was a cop until he got in front of me.
Henderson wasn't in a squad car and he wasn't in uniform.
For you guys that don't know, sheriff or any other deputy or police officer is not supposed to pull over anyone unless they are on duty in uniform with their car. Now, the sheriff has lights in there, so he could theoretically stop anyone he wants. However, he's not on duty. He carries no weight.
You acting like a moron back there.
I'm being cooperative as I can be. My kids are terrified because of the anger that he's putting through my window. My wife's crying. My baby's starting to cry, all because of, I guess, throwing up my hands.
Throw up your hands or you do anything. Some people take that the wrong way. That's why we have road rage. Here, we have an elected sheriff screaming the father of the children who were in the back seat and the wife in the passenger side over something trivial. Remember, guys, he should not have pulled anybody over. Somebody should be looking at that.
We tracked down a former sheriff's office employee who asked we keep them anonymous. They still live in town and say they fear retaliation.
Would you say that he was the main reason you left?
Yes.
The former worker also told us the sheriff had a rule not to speak with Hiawassee police.
If it is true, the sheriff had an edict out to all of his deputies not to talk to Hiawassee Police Department, that would be wrong. They work together, police departments, as we all know. And a lot of the time, crimes are only solved because of the interworking of several different police agencies. If he did give this command to his people, it would be highly misplaced.
We were caught socializing with him, then, we would be in trouble.
What kind of trouble?
Basically, we would get our butts chewed out.
And you're going to hang out with him while you're in uniform working for me.
That's exactly what happened in this secret recording.
I run this by myself before I'll be disrespected by people that work for me. And I'm sorry, I know I'm acting crazy. I've never been so damn mad.
Oh boy, this guy, yeah, he might have an anger problem. He's a little bit out of control. No, vote him out, people. That's what you have to do. I'm glad I'm here to tell you guys how things should really be, so you don't just take anyone's word for it. I'll always give you the straight up truth about certain situations that I know about. Let's go on and see what the conclusion is.
Kramer says his solution is to take a different route to church in hopes of avoiding the sheriff and another confrontation.
How these things are escalated, right, into shootings or fights. And road rage, no matter whether you're a cop, sheriff, or anyone else, is not good. You never know what the other person's going to do. However, you do not have to allow police officer of any sort to search your car. He has to have a reasonable, articulated suspicion that you have committed a felony or in the commission of a crime. If they don't have that, they can't just search your car. They can't just ask you for your ID and driver's license either if a crime has not been committed, who hasn't done anything, is illegal, and needs to be looked at by the Federal Bureau of Investigations. Hope I helped you guys understand the situation. We'll see you right back here tomorrow. I'm RJ Smith. Hit the like, subscribe, and share. You know I need you. Never say it all throughout. I like to just give it to you at the end, and if you want to, great. See you right back here tomorrow as a subscriber. Ciao.